Today I'm going to talk to you about our new Wiki site, which is located at wiki.flintrivercram.com. You can access the site from any computer using any web browser or any mobile device using the built-in web browser on your device. So I'm going to show you it on my computer. So I'm going to go down here and open up a web browser. Okay. The first thing you're going to do is go to wiki.flintrivercram.com. This will take you to the Flint River Aquarium Wiki's main page. Okay. Now, you can browse the wiki either by the Flint River Aquarium exhibits, the ecosystems, or you can just view all articles available. You can also at any time just search for an animal or anything up here at the top, and you'll get a list of everything as you type. Okay. All items added to the Flint River Aquarium Wiki are in the public domain, and you can view the license here at the public domain page. Our wiki also supports any language using a language translator API. So for example, if you are in a different country and need to change the language, you can use the change language option to the left and choose your language. And then the page will be changed to the language you selected. We have support for numerous languages, so anywhere in the world you should be able to read this in your native tongue. Luckily, by using the language API, we actually do not have to have people translate each individual page, and instead they can just do all the pages in English and the translator will change it for us. The translator will also keep track, and when you go to another page, it will automatically detect that you changed your language and switch it on back to the language you chose. And you can always switch it back to English or clear out your cookies to go back to the regular settings of English. Okay, now to browse the pages, you can choose to go by Flint River Aquarium exhibits, which will break them up based on the exhibits located at the Flint River Aquarium. This feature is mostly aimed toward people who are visiting the aquarium and need to look up an animal, let's say for example in Lake Seminole, where they can choose their animal and learn more about it here. The information on the pages is still new since the wiki just went live recently. We expect people to create accounts and be able to edit the pages whenever they need to. So for browsing the pages, it's pretty simple. You just choose the page you want and you can go to it. You can also search for any page using the search box. So if we go to our aviary, you can click on aviary and you'll get the Cypress Creek Aviary. Many of our pages also have animal spotlight videos, which are the same videos that you can find when you visit the aquarium. We plan to add numerous more videos soon, so check back for new videos. The videos are from YouTube and can be watched on the page.
Hi, my name is Jenna, and I'm here at the
And you can stop any video and you can also watch them on your mobile device as well. Okay, so if you are an education professional or someone in the field of biology or any kind of life science, you can actually request an account so that you can edit the pages yourself and add and share your knowledge. And also anything you share, including images, will all be part of the public domain. There is no option to not put it in the public domain. It has to be put in the public domain or you cannot add it to the site. So let's say, for example, you wanted to create a page. I'll log myself out. Now you can go up here to login/create account. And then you can click on to obtain a user account, you must request one. Requesting one ensures that we only give accounts to people we know are trusted professionals in the field. So what you'll need to do is make sure that you accept the terms of service, which are listed here, and then provide your username, which will be the name you log in with, an email address, which has to be a valid email address because your account will not even be put in queue for acceptance if you do not confirm your email address. You need to put in your real name, and you need to put in a quick biography. The biography will be presented on your public profile page. We also ask, in order to verify that you are a professional in the field, that you upload a resume. You can upload a PDF document or anything like that. Any kind of document file will be accepted here. You can also add additional notes to help us verify that you are a professional in the field, and any websites that you own or run to use as verification that you are a professional. And you also have to agree that you read the terms of service, which essentially states that everything you add to the page is in the public domain. If you submit something that does not belong to you, you may risk losing your account, and that the name up here is a real name. Since this is a trusted site, we request that everybody use their real name. We also request that for your username, you also put your real name there as well, so that people can easily identify you. So for example, since my name is David Bradshaw, I would also put my username as David Bradshaw. Okay. Now, once you request your account, you will actually get an email from wiki@flintrivercram.com asking you to verify your email address. Once you verify, you'll go into a queue, and one of the staff personnel at the Flint River Cram will verify your account. If they need more info, they'll contact you via email, or if everything is good, you'll get a email with a temporary password, which you can then log in with. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and log in as my account so I can show you how to edit pages once you get your account. So we're going to choose Login. Most likely, if you're a standard user, you'll be given a user account, which means special pages like main page and privacy policy, about, disclaimer, and any page that is a system page, you will not have access to edit. Only administrators at the Flint River Aquarium can edit these special pages. You will know a page is special by going to the edit page, and you will not have the option to edit. Instead, you'll have a warning that this page is protected. So let's go to a page that we can all edit. For example, let's go to the Canada Goose. Now you can also see quickly who was the last to edit it by going to View History, and you can see what they did. So for example, I was the last one to edit this page when I created it. So when you go to the read option, you will be able to see the page, and you can edit an individual part of it. For example, let's say you wanted to edit general info, you would choose edit here. If you wanted to edit the entire page, you would choose edit. We require that all pages have an info box. Essentially, an info box is this little box over here. If you need help on knowing what an info box is, you can go to the help page and then click on the info boxes, which will show you exactly how info boxes work and what they look like. Okay? So, a main thing to remember when you're editing a wiki is to never change the names. We require that if you wish to change a name, for example, if grass carp is not spelled right and you wanted to change it, we request that you ask an administrator by sending an email to wiki@flintrivercram.com saying that a name needs to be changed and giving us the reason why it needs to be changed. This is because the system uses names to ensure the pages are easy to find on the internet. When you change a page, it'll also break any hyperlinks it had previously. So do not change pages and let administrator change the name of the page at the top. You can change any other info, just not the name page, the page name. So essentially, if you wanted to change Flint River Aquarium here, you would need to ask us, because if you change it, it'll kill the link to the Flint River Aquarium page. Okay, so let's say you want to edit a page. Let's say the scat. You're going to go to edit, and you can have the title, which will show up above the name, the image, which is the file. We ask that for the info boxes that they all be 300 pixels. The caption, pretty much what the image is. And then for every item you want to add, you can put a label one and a data one. And essentially, whatever you put here will have this next to it as the item related to it. Pretty much, you can use the easy to use toolbar at the top. When you want to add a heading, you can just choose level 2, and it'll automatically put it, and you can change it. So we'll put test here, and then we can put any info in the box. We can hit Save Page, and the page will be saved with the new changes. If you need to remove a section, you can just hit Edit again, and you'll remove the text. Like I said, whenever you make changes, it will keep track of it. So if we go back to View History, you can see that I made 3 changes, the original one, and then 2 today. I can also, if you mess up a page, you can also undo a page and undo your changes to it. Okay, so we're going to go over the help file real quick to make sure you have down how to use the page. Reading pages is easy because you can just search for the page or browse by a certain category. You can change the language here, like I mentioned earlier. You can request the accounts. We ask that all pages have an info box. And we give an example here, but the best way to do it is just to copy an example from another page and then add it here and just change to make it the right thing. Now you'll also notice an important part about creating and editing a page is that you do not use special characters in the name. This is because a special character in the name will cause the simple URL at the top to fail. These characters will be interpreted by the web browser as a special character, and therefore you will get a cannot find error. Or on this one, you'll get there's no text. Now, if a page has a special character in it, let's say a couple of things like that, it will kind of freak out the system a little bit and not work properly. So we ask to avoid this that you just don't use a special character ever. We know some animals do have dashes and stuff. We just ask that you do not use a dash. The only thing you can use is parentheses. We ask that you use an info box for everything. It makes it easier for people to get quick info. Any image you add will have to be in the public domain, and we ask that you do not plagiarize from other sources. So paraphrase everything that you use and include references when possible. If you have a video that you wish to add to the system, we ask that you email it to one of the administrators, either myself, Wendy Bellacoma, or to the wiki at flintrivercrarium.com address. If you email the video to us, we'll add it to our YouTube page, and then we'll give you a link to add it to whatever page you wish. To add a video, you pretty much will just put the pound sign, which will tell the system it's a special thing, EV, which will tell us to use the embed video plugin. You will put YouTube for the service. You will put the ID of the video. You will put the size, how you want it formatted, for example, left, and then example video if you wish. For the most part, the easiest way to embed a video is just to include the YouTube, the address, and the size. That's usually the easiest way, and automatically let it handle everything else. Okay, so now we'll talk about, or actually quickly I'll show you how you can get this ID from the video. So if you go to our YouTube page, let's just say here, you can view all of our YouTube videos. This is where you can embed a video if you wish to one of our pages. So let's say the black crown night heron. Okay. The ID of the video is everything after the question mark. You can also get it from the embed link under share. Actually, I'm sorry, it's just this part here. Everything after the equal sign is going to be the ID. So you can just go here to share this video, and just copy this part right there. And that'll add it to your video. You can add the video to the page that you're trying to add it to. Okay, so if you want to add a file to our system, you need to upload the file. You can upload any image file. We ask that it's not too large, like over 2,000 pixels would be a little bit too big. And when you get that large, you wind up with issues because it takes forever to load. Even though you're showing it at 300 pixels on the page, it's still an extremely large image. So let's take this image here, and we're going to copy it to the desktop. So what you do is you choose the file, just choose it here, and we'll hit choose, and it will add it. You can give it a name, and you can give it a summary. Usually the best is to leave a file name, unless it's like these numbers. Then you could change this one to whatever the animal is. So we're just going to put bird, for example. You would put bird.jpg, and then you would reference that from any other page. This image is already uploaded, so I'm not going to re-upload it. And the system will also do its best to make sure that if you upload an image, it's not already in the system. If you think that an image might be up there, you can actually go to special pages and actually view the list of all the images on the system. So for example, and we go to the file list, and you can see all the images that are currently on the system and who uploaded them last and their names. You can click on any of them to get more info on it. Now, one thing to note is when you do upload a file, you will notice there is a license option, but there is no choice that you can choose. That's because, like I said, all items are public domain and there is no option to change it. Okay? And pretty much that is how you use the system. If you have a question on a page, or let's say maybe you're not sure if maybe you have a question about one of the facts on here, but you're not 100% sure, you can actually start a discussion by going here, post your question, and wait for someone to reply. So y'all can kind of go back and forth to make sure you got the proper information for this page. Okay. Now, like I said, we also support mobile devices. I'm quickly going to show you how the mobile system works. So if you look here, we have an iPhone. You can go to the Wiki page on your iPhone's web browser or Android or any phone you use by going to the wiki.flintnewaquarium.com. You'll notice it'll automatically detect that you're on a phone and take you to a mobile-friendly version. All the content is identical to that you would find on the full page. So let's say we wanted to go back and see the goose. It'll let us search, and that's it, Canada Goose. We'll choose it, and you'll see everything is perfectly formatted for your mobile device. You can also watch the videos on your mobile device, which will enter full screen mode. You can also turn your device sideways to view videos full size, like this. I think since I'm on a virtual device, it's not going to let me play it, but you can use the phone anyway. This also works for iPad, where you'll have a full system for your iPad. And it's very easy to use and read, and you can easily access any part of the wiki from your mobile device. Okay. And like we mentioned, if there's ever any questions about using our wiki, we ask that you just send us an email at wiki@flintnewaquarium.com or call us at 229-639-2650. And if you have any questions, you can also add discussions to any of the pages on the Flint River Aquarium wiki, and we'll try our best to answer that.